The king in the north! The king in the north! You want some? Beat him down, beat you down. Who else wants some? Who else wants some of Debo? Who else?
Crank it up!
Get up, Crank.
Yo, as always, like, share, subscribe. Now let's just get into it. So Michigan will play Indiana 12 o'clock this Saturday. It's on Fox. So Indiana is 2-3 on the season, and you know it's kind of so they played Ohio State the first game of the year. They lost 23-3. That was when we were all like, oh, Ohio State ain't looking that good, of course. Still aren't looking that great, but they beat Indiana State. Lost to Louisville, but it was kind of close. It was Louisville got up 21-0, and then Indiana kind of made it a little close and ended up losing 21-14. They beat Akron 29-27, and they lost to Maryland 44-17. So Indiana, they're coached by Tom Allen. They had a bye week, and Tom Allen's he's a pretty good coach, in my opinion. So they're gonna have he'll have them with a few wrinkles and ready to go. Their quarterback play hasn't been that great, but I mean, who who has had good quarterback play that we've played yet? I don't think anybody has. But they got some decent receivers. They spread it around. They got Jalen Lucas. He's a beast in the return game and receiving the ball. He's just got 140 yards on the year and a TD. He don't do that much. But he's explosive in the return game, and he gets rushing attempts. He's got 212 rushing yards also. So he's kind of a jack of all trades kind of guy. I mean, I could run over some of these quarterback stats and stuff, but I mean, does it really matter? Taven Jackson, he's 61% on the year. Got 862 yards, 172 yards a game, 2 TDs, 3 picks, sacked 7 times. I mean, this game is the same as all the other ones pretty much. They might have a little better passing game than Minnesota. Minnesota couldn't pass it worth anything really, so I'm sure they're a little bit better than them in the pass game. But this game, it's the same as the other one. This game gonna get ugly. It's just, does it get ugly? Does it get ugly in the first 5 minutes, or does it take till halftime for it to get ugly? It's going to get ugly. But Tom Allen will have their defense ready to go. Not sure how much that means going against Michigan, the way we're getting locked in. The offensive line is starting to gel now, and Michigan is looking like a well-oiled machine. So, you get up in this game and against these teams, and now it's just like you got no hope, brother. I mean, these boys is taking away hope fast. Just like even last week, giving up that touchdown before half. It made me mad just because, as Jesse Minter should have had safeties back, but it was like a meaningless touchdown almost. No, I never had the feeling that, oh, this is gonna spark them, or oh no, they got a easy touchdown at the end of the half. Oh man, it was just like, dang, bro, why were you in that coverage? Oh well, it come out, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, bro, the way this team is playing right now, they getting locked. They're kind of locked in and gelling to the team that we expected to see. So it's just like, it's just a beautiful thing as a fan. I mean, what can I say? It's a beautiful thing. Like, we loving this. So, I just expect the same thing we've been seeing. JJ, Blake, Donovan, Mullins, Loveland, Cornelius, Roman, they just chip away at you. Or you can go by the Joel Klatt, Michigan, the Boa Constrictor, just slowly squeezes the life out of you. But They just chip away at you. I'm gonna say they chipping away at you because there's so many different people chipping away at you, just chipping away at you, just chipping away at you. Before you know it, you gone. You done. You dust. So that's what it is. Defense, same thing. You just want to keep cleaning it up. You want to continue to see Will Johnson progress, getting back to being Will Johnson. And me and my boy Monk were talking about it. He looked like he wasn't running. I don't know if he was. I don't know. Something about the way he was running, it didn't quite look right. But, I mean, I don't know. We never really know with the injuries or how these dudes are really feeling. But, he looked funny when he got that pick six. But maybe he just saw nobody was there, so he just didn't turn it all the way on because he didn't really need to, honestly. But, you want to clean it up. The run fits. You want to make sure you shutting that all the way down. Don't want to give them show any weakness. Just keep cleaning it up. It's getting cleaner and cleaner. You just want to keep it going. You don't want to make any mistakes. Get it closer and closer to that perfect game that you want. So by the time we get to Penn State, it's all there. Everybody knows their job. Everybody knows their job, whether it's a DN dropping back into coverage, whether it's Keon Sabb knowing what to do, when he's in there at safety, everything. Rod Moore. We didn't really see him that much, but he was out there last week. He was out there against Minnesota. So want to get these guys back being who we expect them to be. All-Americans. Basically, I was expecting Rod Moore to be All-American this year, taking another jump, So it's just ironing out the kinks and just dominating, because they're looking good. I mean, if you got Michigan on your schedule and you ain't a legit team, it's like, man, these dudes about to smack us. Because it's death by 1,000 cuts on offense and defense. Them boys bringing so many different blitzes and coverages. It's just hard to deal with, It's just hard to deal with. The way Mason Graham was playing last week, at first started a little bit slow and then just turned into a man child, like, bro. So that's all that stuff is beautiful to see. We also got to see. We also saw Sainer still on the outside. He got burnt. I've been noticing that more lately, and I'm thinking they're gonna go with that. And what I'm seeing that I think they're doing on the low, it's hard to see these guys. And Rod Moore changed his number to 9, so it's not the 19 we're used to. But I'm seeing Will Johnson out on the outside a lot, of course. Sainer still on the outside way more this year. And I'm seeing Makari Page in the slot some. I'm seeing that more and more. Even though we're playing a lot of zone, so it's not like he's in man coverage most of the time. He's in a zone. But I'm seeing Makari at the nickel, and either in Rod Moore and Keon Sabb playing deep, or Quinn Johnson, whichever one. I'm seeing four safeties basically between Rod Moore, 4 safeties rotating in those positions, whether it's Rod Moore, Keon Sabb, Quinn Johnson, and Makari Page. I believe Josh Wallace has been demoted a little bit. That's what I'm thinking is going on, because early in the season he was biting on routes in man coverage. And from what it looks like, we're going to play more zone this year than, I wouldn't say this year. What I want to say is we play a lot of zone, but I think we're playing a little bit more zone this year. That's what it looks like. So I'm not sure how good at zone Josh Wallace really is, because he played under Don Brown. Don Brown, you playing man. You playing man. You ain't playing much zone under Don Brown now. So That's just something you can look for. But that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing safeties at the nickel and Sainer still on the outside with Will Johnson. I'm seeing it a lot more, you know, which that's okay. But, Sainer still is going to take some lumps with it because it's not the same. Playing nickel isn't the same as playing out on the outside the numbers. You know what I'm saying? So that's just something else to look for. But the defense is playing lights out for the most part. You might get you one drive. You might get two good drives, maybe even three. But, playing a team like this, Indiana, even if you get in the red zone, it's always that question mark when it's 4th and 2. Okay, we got to chase points. We won't be able to score with Michigan. We got to chase points, and then you get nothing. You should have took your 3. You know what I'm saying? But now you get nothing. You get nothing. Oh, well, let me just get. No, you get nothing. You shouldn't have tried that. You had your chance to get some points. Now you don't get nothing. You get a goose egg. So that's the way it's going. But the team is just gelling. I mean, what can I say? You see how these boys is playing. And so what's going on right now. We coming back home. Indiana, Tom Allen, y'all coming to our door. You know what it is. We beat Minnesota down. We'll beat you down too. You want some of this too? Okay, come on. So we gonna give it to them, because these boys is clicking. They are clicking. I can't front. Watching these games, you don't have. Watching these games, you don't have that little stress feeling you get, like, oh God, not this Saturday. No, don't do it. Like, you don't get that feeling at all watching these dudes. I haven't felt that feeling pretty much all year. I ain't felt like that. So it's just like you just watching the game. All of a sudden you go get a snack. It's touchdown. What happened? Before you know it, the game is over. These dudes are just smashing people. Like, that little threat of please don't be today. I ain't had that feeling all year. So, it's a good feeling. It's fun to feel that sometimes, but I'd rather them just blow everybody out and I'm just sitting back relaxing. But that's what it is. So I ain't gonna ramble too long on here. I mean, it's Indiana. We're gonna roll them. I think we got. Let's see who we got after Indiana. I believe it's Michigan State. I want to say. Bear with me 1 second. Yeah. So after that, we got Michigan State. So that's a step up in competition. I mean, Michigan State's not a good team, but they got a bunch going on with the Mel Tucker stuff, but. Michigan State, it's a step up in competition. Michigan State's beat Central 31-7, beat Richmond, beat Central, beat Richmond, lost to Washington 41-7, jeez. And lost to Maryland 31-9, jeez. Lost to Iowa 26-16. Iowa got 26. But yeah, it's a step up still. I mean, me reading that off, it made it look like another cupcake. But they got a little more talent than some of these other teams. These teams we've been playing. So, and it's a rivalry game. So, it should at least start with a little bit of hype and tension for us. But it'll probably get ugly just the same as all these other teams. But that's all I got for this one, y'all. It ain't really much to talk about, Team's just rolling. Offense, defense. Sharon Moore's found his niche. Jesse Minter's continuing to get these newer guys their reps and try to get them comfortable in the things that he wants to do, because dropping those safeties, dropping those ends out and stuff like that, those are things that you're going to need when you try to play like Penn State and Ohio State, because they're going to be better at throwing the ball. So that just brings more confusion when you got all those guys up at the line looking like they're going to blitz, and then the two linebackers come, the ends drop out. If they're on point with those when they're dropping back, those are picks that you can get. Those are big plays or big third down stops. So, just keep ironing the kinks out. So by the time we get to those games, those guys are comfortable doing those things so they can do it effectively and not, be out there looking, I'm dropping over here, I'm dropping over here. Boy, just go sit down. You don't know what you're doing yet. So that's what's going on with that. But that's all I got for this one, y'all. This one's going to get ugly. It's just, will it get ugly in the first quarter, or will it get ugly in the third? We'll have to wait and see. But one last thing. At least thank God this isn't a night game, because it's getting ridiculous. And it looks like the Michigan State game is a night game. I'm tired of these night games, honestly. They used to be fun when I was a little bit younger, but now it's like, bro, come on. I'm tired of waiting around all day. But that's all I got for this one, y'all. Like, share, subscribe, and as always, go blue.
It's great.